It all started with a Texas sunrise 140 years ago. And what they set into motion that day, they had no way to know. 1,000 head of wild longhorn cattle with their noses pointed north. And when the boss called, "Move them out," the adventure started forth. They pushed them across the Red River and onto the Kansas prairie grass. And when they rode from those stockyards, the cowboy had come to pass. In a few short years, cattle was king spread across the western land. Each outfit had its own cowboy crew and earned a distinctive brand. Now, the cowboys who rode for that brand, well, they took an awful lot of pride. The outfit they worked for and the friends they rode with side by side. Well, boys being boys, they like to compete and see who was really the best. It started a tradition that to this day is still a symbol of the West. Our Bronco peeler's better than yours. He fucked up nothing yet. Our Buster can ride circles around him. You want to lay down a little bit? So the broncs were snubbed and tacked and the rider on the hurricane deck. And when the boys yelled, "Come on riding!" they turned loose in that horse's neck. When the dust had cleared, the winner stood and the boys squared up the bets. We come to brag, "Our rope will steer faster than you. I'm as good as it gets." Come to be a matter of pride of who was the best whenever outfits would meet. And every cowboy knew which brand had the toughest punchers to beat. Wasn't long before the boys would gather to see who's best to lock. Each man throwing $1 in a can and the winners taking a pot. The gatherings grew into regular shows where chaps and spurs were worn. The folks started coming around to watch, and that's where rodeo was born. But it just kept on growing from there, with more cowboys joining into the game. And it was one wild and woolly show, with their boys being none too tame. Now, today there's rules and laws and associations to keep it all together. But the cowboy's the same as he ever was, still tough as bull-hide leather. Sticking a bronc as he blows from the chute, or getting on a ton of snorting hair. Takes guts and grit, the kind of nerve you don't find just anywhere. Now, today there, at times the differences between cowboys then and now seems never widen. But then you realize it hasn't changed a bit when the boys yell, "Come on,